Hello everybody, welcome back. We are so glad you guys are here hanging out with us today. Today I am going to start tackling some of these home projects that we have had that have just been hanging out there for months. We get a little bit done on it and then Clay gets super busy, I get super busy, and it never gets finished. We have all these loose ends that I am dying to get tied up and completed. So a few months ago, we showed that we had to replace this door before it got really cold and snowy outside. So now all the trim needs to be sanded, repainted. I'm gonna try and get that done today. And then we have a few places in our house where we've had to like patch the sheetrock and Clay had to remud those. And so those need to be sanded and primed and repainted as well. But first I have to run to Ace Hardware and grab a few supplies that I'm going to need to complete these projects. So that's where we're gonna get started for today. While I was out running errands, I stopped and grabbed Claire and Carmen from school. They're home now, helping me with a few chores. Got Claire doing the dishes here. She's gonna unload the dishes for me and load them. Carmen is having a little afternoon snack before she gets started on her chores. I have lots of chores for you today.
No.
Yes.
Not like chores.
I need lots of help. I got lots of projects to do.
I can replant your thingamabob.
You can replant that. I gotta get some dirt for that. So in the meantime, we are going to repaint this door.
Oh, can I help you?
And we're gonna paint the hallway. So we have lots to get done today.
I'm gonna help, but at first I need to change my shirt because that's my new shirt.
Okay, you eat your mac and cheese first, and then we'll get going on chores. All right, so this is the first thing we have to do on this door is we're gonna sand all those white spots down so they're super smooth, so our paint goes on smooth. Armin's gonna be my helper.
Is that good? Or should I move?
You gotta keep going.
No, I'm meeting right here, or should I go up?
So sand towards the bottom just a little bit more. We have this completely sanded now. I have done all of the sanding up and around here, so it should be good to go. Going to have to wait for Clay to get home though to approve this because he is somewhat of a perfectionist and I want to make sure before I move forward with priming that it is exactly how he wants it to be, and then I don't have to go back and redo it a second time. So I'm gonna wait for him to get home, make sure it's how he wants it to be, and then we'll move forward with priming it. If you guys would like to see more home improvement videos, leave us a comment below because we are kind of getting at that phase. Usually when spring hits, I get the spring fever to start changing things up around here, and it's coming. So if you'd like to see more of that, leave us a comment below and we will try and get to some of those projects. While I'm waiting for Clay to get home from work, I'm gonna get some dinner going. Tonight I am making a new recipe. It is chicken and potatoes with a garlic cream sauce. It looks super delicious. I found it on Pinterest. If it turns out good, I will be sure to share with you guys. I love to share my recipes that turn out really well, and I love to try new recipes. So stay tuned for this one and we will see how it turns out. I just pulled the chicken and potatoes out of the oven and it looks and smells absolutely delicious. It calls for spinach to go in here as well, but I didn't have any to add to it, so we're gonna have green salad instead, but it looks super yummy. Clever is the first one to dish up. How is it?
It's yummy.
Like
I've only had potatoes.
Only the potatoes? Yeah. Get some green salad. Here's your fork. Try the chicken, see how you like it. The real question is, Carmen, do you like it? If Carmen likes it, then it's good.
Except for I haven't tried the chicken yet.
Chicken will be just as delicious as the potatoes.
That chicken is good.
You like it?
Yeah.
What does it taste like? Chicken?
Yumminess.
Awesome. Clay has finally made it home from work, and I was just showing him the sanding job I did around the door, and like I said, he was gonna have some suggestions because he's a perfectionist. I knew it was coming, so
Let's take a
here
look.
it is, folks.
So, I mean, I feel like that one's pretty good. That one's not bad. I mean, these things aren't perfectly flush, right? But that was my fault. I just put them onto where it was, the wall was. But this one right here, I noticed this one has got a hard edge.
I know, it does, but,
So that
and
one
I
needs-
knew it was there, but I need you to take down the curtain rod so I can get to it.
Yes, but if you stand your sanding sponge up on edge, you can sand that thing like this, right through there without having to take down the curtain rod.
Well, I figured it's gotta come down for painting
But
anyways,
other
so.
than that, like, it feels really nice. It's ready for painting. So we can't paint this yet because the doors have to come off. We gotta spray those separate, caulk the insides right here, and then tape off the jam. So we obviously want to spray that with a sprayer to get it nice and smooth, get the door smooth. So we're gonna leave this one alone for right now. But the spot in the hallway is looking really good. So it is ready to prime. We can prime it right now, and then we get some paint on that thing. So let's go do it.
All right, so earlier when I was sanding, I did not show this spot. This is a spot we had to patch a little bit ago. Clay patched it, I don't know how many months ago.
Yeah, we had some teenagers coming through here with the basketball. Basketball hit the wall, boom, right there. We had a dent. So kind of have a big patch right here to fill it all in. Had to float it out quite far to get it to blend, but it looks good. It's got the little impressions right here that match the wholly smooth wall, and so it's gonna blend just fine. We're gonna tape off the baseboards right now with some paper and some tape. We're using white tape on this just because it sticks a little bit better on the wood. Blue tape is great for certain things, but I actually prefer green tape. Green tape's really good. But, you know, this kind of tape is the best for wood. Green tape if you're going onto walls. Blue tape I don't love. So, green,
There's just so
product
many,
tape.
too many tape options.
There is tons of tape options. Like you go to the store and look at them like, is this gonna work? You know, they have yellow tape that's like for delicate surfaces. And
And it's expensive, so you buy like one roll of $10 tape and bring it home and it doesn't stick.
yeah, it is expensive. So we found that this is the best tape for this application. So we're gonna get this thing taped off, get the primer opened up, and paint this wall. So when you're painting a spot like this, you can't just paint like that spot because it will show, right? You've got old paint, new paint going on right here. So the only way to get this wall to blend is to paint from that corner of that wall to that corner of that wall, down to the baseboards and to the ceiling. So we'll prime only this spot, but then we'll paint the entire wall with that color. So,
All right.
all right, so we've got the baseboards covered. We've got enough of the floor covered that'll protect the floor. Could use a drop cloth, but I didn't want to get one out, so we just use tape and paper. So I'm just going to take the tape right now and just kind of go up the casing right here and tape this off. But then once we get to the wall, that's when we either want to just cut it in by hand or switch to blue tape or green tape, one of those. So this one's going to be too much for the wall. It could peel the paint off, but it won't peel the paint off the casing right here. This one's a little more sticky than blue tape or green tape, and so that's why it peels it off. And obviously, when they painted our house originally, they didn't prime the walls, they just painted. And so our paint was just coming off in sheets, which was bad news. Always got to prime.
Oh, there goes you getting the paint.
Guys, if you've never painted before, you really don't want to push too hard with the paint roller. So I'm sure most people have painted, but you kind of just, you know, put a little bit of pressure, but not too much, and just let the rollers kind of do the work. That way you don't get any lines. It's like people that are like really trying to go at it, they end up with like nasty lines. So on the primer, we're just looking for coverage. We've almost got it. Just got a little bit more to do in this corner. And then we'll clean out this pan and get some real paint in here after this dries. You know, we'll have to look at the can, probably like, you know, about an hour, I would guess. Really depends on how hot it is in here. So if we crank up the heat, it'll dry really quick.
Maybe we can get the blow dryer out.
Yeah, if you want to stand here and blow dry it, you totally can.
Just kidding. Clay always tells me that he hates painting, but he's like the master at painting in those tight corners.
I do hate it. So
that's why I leave it to him.
If you guys don't know this, brushes are tapered for a reason. So you put the paint on there, and then you like to kind of get the excess off a little bit, and then obviously the long side to the side that you're going to be stroking from, I like to go left to right and just kind of lay it in here like this and let it just follow the corner right here. So just like so. And really it's only like the end of the brush that's this much of it that's really getting in there to get your nice straight line. You could tape it off, but like taping off the ceiling when it's uneven with the texture is really hard because your paint will get up behind the tape, especially with like blue tape. And so a lot of guys will tell you to like take caulk, it's a little trick, take caulk and caulk it first all the way around, and then it's all nice and smooth, and then you can get a super tight clean line when you tape that off. So I'm not that worried about it. It's close enough for me, but if you wanted to get absolutely perfect lines, caulk it.
That's a lot of extra work.
It is a lot of extra work. So it's been about an hour. The primer is dry. Just gonna get a nice coat of paint over this primer real quick. Let it kind of set up before we paint the whole thing.
It's crazy how different it looks, the different shades. I know it dries darker, but it just is like totally different colors.
I know, it does.
Alright, the wall is completely painted.
Like it never ever happened.
Hallelujah.
Next time the boys are painting this, they can fix their own mistake. But for now, I'm just gonna send them an invoice. So,
That's right.
a few $100, I would like. That's fair, right? They'll have to come to work and work that one off.
Yeah. Looks good. Never knew it happened.
That's the best thing about this texture, right? So if you have smooth texture in your house, it's hard to fix a hole and get it to hide. But this texture here, I think they call it the Holy Smooth, where you get these impressions right here. It's easy to touch up, so you know when you mud that, you know you mud over your spot, float it out, and then you kind of just give it an extra few swirls with your knife, and it just creates those impressions. But it hides easy, so you know when you paint it, you can't tell. But on a smooth wall, it's difficult, almost impossible.
All right, let's take the tape down and
So one more thing.
be done.
One more thing about the tape. So you either let it completely dry, like 24 hours, and then take it off, or you can take it off when it's wet and it'll come off clean. However, if you catch it in the middle somewhere and peel it off, it'll peel your paint off the wall. So you either let it dry for a long time and then go back and take it off, or take it off as soon as you're done painting when the tape's still wet and just peel it off nice and clean.
I like to peel it off when the paint's still wet.
Me too. Me too. It works the best. Then it's over and done. You wrap up, it's out.
Yep.
We got that basketball incident fixed. I gotta be the first to admit, I've played many dunk ball games inside the house, so it's hard to get too mad at him. But I did show Austin how to like fix that, mud it. He wasn't in the painting because he's doing lots of homework right now. But next time, he fixes it. There he is. Austin, did you see the wall back there, bud?
I did not see it.
You should go take a gander. It is fixed. So, guys, thanks for watching. We love you guys. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.